So, Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash today with his daughter, and it is very very sad. He's got a beautiful daughter, and I think the reason why it affected me, because normally when things happen to people I don't personally know, like I don't have a real big figuring. Well, it's not my best friend. It's not someone I've ever talked to, and I feel very sorry for them. And I did write about Kobe in my book. But even then, and I realized like, well, that's not why it is, and it's not. 2 days ago, I got hit by a car. I got very, 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 very lucky. The car was literally going 90 miles per hour. He had hit someone about 3/4 of a mile down at an intersection. He ran that light and smashed into them, and escaped that. He took off and he just gunned it. And I was at the next light about 3/4 of a mile down. And he was going about, some people say 100 miles an hour. A guy in the truck that passed him, it's only single lanes, 2 lanes, and it's in an industrial area where you're not allowed to pass. So he had passed him, and the guy was going, I was doing over 45. That guy went by me like I wasn't moving. So I'm gonna guess he was doing 90. I wouldn't say 100, but 90. And so at first I didn't believe it until I saw the film, and I was like, holy shit. So our light turns green. I always look left first, and I always look right, and then I start to look left, and then I start to pull out. Luckily, I did that again that day. It's just a habit of mine. And all I know is as I was looking left, he was going so fast, I didn't freaking see him, and it hit my corner, and it just exploded, glass and plastic and metal just all over the place. And it was a loud boom, like a bomb went off, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And I look, and there's no one there. So it shook me. My adrenaline was going, which you're going to see in another video I made the other day, almost immediately after that, which didn't really talk about that much, but my adrenaline was going for sure. So this video is going to be about some really important life lessons I learned from people dying, things people said to me just before they died. Even that phrase, when it's your time, like you're going to go whether you want to or not, or, we all have a certain time. Yeah, whatever. Even then I was kind of saying that, but I do remember thinking like, wow, that was pretty lucky. Like if I pulled out 2 feet more, I would have been dead. I mean, just literally less than a millionth or thousandth of a second. If I would have pulled out a little bit more, it would have been over. And it's just, because you get such an adrenaline rush when you get in an accident, like the pain's just starting to come now. The right side of my head, oh my God, it was last night, I felt like it was going to explode. When I found out Kobe Bryant died today, people were texting me, their clients were texting me. People were like, oh my God, did you hear what happened? I'm like, at first like, nah, it's going to be one of those jokes you watch. Somebody's just like making this up, and they're going to find out it's not real. And sure enough, it is real. And so I guess what affected me was that I lived, and Kobe Bryant didn't, and he's such a sweet, sweet man. And then I found out later his daughter died with him, and I was like, God, it's so horrible, and I feel sorry for his wife and her mom. And I think that's when it hit me. I thought, here a guy just ran a red light and smashed in the front of my car, going really fast. And other than a stiff neck and back, and maybe it's a mild concussion, some pressure, I'm all right. All right. Here's what crossed my mind. When people are like, you're so lucky, that phrase did cross my mind. Like, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And I kind of took that mildly, but now that I'm looking at Kobe, I'm like, why is he dead? And why did I live? And I'm not going to go deep into that, and I'm still not going to go deep into that question either. But there was a moment after the accident when there was such total peace. It did feel like someone or something kind of protected me. I've got a couple stories right here, real life stuff that happened to me. It is the whole reason why I do the work that I do, period. So many, many years ago, I think I might have still been in high school or just out of high school. I might have been a senior or just a year or two after. We were having a party at my brother-in-law's house. It was Thanksgiving or something, and everyone was over there. And my brother Charlie, he's, smokes pot and he parties, he drinks, but he's always kept a job, always paid his rent, always paid his bills, never asked for help. And someone in my family had really complained and be like, you got to get your life together. You got to do this and you got to do that. You got to go to college. And I remember just, I was a very neutral person. We were sitting in the garage and I'm kind of looking at it. She's just like, where's this coming from? Like, what's going on? And my brother Charlie said something to her that made so much sense to me at that time. This might have been about 2 years after I graduated, because my best friends and my 4 best friends died in a car accident. In high school, I had 28 of my friends, classmates die. Most of them were people I sat, like one kid I sat next to in science class 2 years in a row. So my brother Charlie said something. And so, she's all pissed off and you need to get your life together. You got to do this. And he looks at her and goes, and be miserable like you? Look at you. You're miserable. You're like, it's like you are never happy. You're always angry. And now it's just like, well, Jesus Christ. But he looks at me and goes, but it's true, Michael. And I'm just like, I'm not getting involved in this conversation, man. But he looked at her and goes, what if I die tomorrow? I'm doing what makes me happy. He goes, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not drinking and driving. I'm not stealing. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not affecting anyone's life negatively. And I thought, well, that's true, right? Because I was an athlete. And I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't drink. I a little bit in high school, not a whole lot. But I was a very, very healthy person my whole life. And my brother Charlie looked at me and goes, are you happy? And I'm like, I guess. And, he go. And so the basic premises was, I could die tomorrow. And I've lived a happy, fun life. And you know what? He said something. He goes, she's always miserable. And you can ask anyone in the family, who's the most miserable person? I'm like, well, yeah, it's obviously her. And he goes, who's known to be the one that laughs the most, enjoys the most, socializes the most, and most people, not only in the family, but outside of the family, love? I'm like, well, that would be you. He goes, yeah, I'm the most loved guy. I have the most fun. I'm living life to the fullest. And she's worried about every little freaking thing. She can't even sleep at night. And I thought, man, that is true. That had a major impact on my life, including, especially because all of my classmates had just died in a 4-year period of time. And then my best friend died. And I was really shook. I was depressed. I was like lost. I didn't know what to think about life. I was this champion boxer, kickboxer, wrestler, football player, straight A student. Everything I did, I worked hard at. And Charlie looked at me and goes, are you happy? And here's the funny thing. My best friend in high school, Marlon, I don't know if it was 10th grade. I think it was 10th grade when I just came back to Vintage High School in Napa. And it was the second or third week, the very beginning of the semester. Or maybe it was the second quarter, I think. It was still kind of warm, so it was probably early fall or late summer. And the bell rings, and he goes, are you happy? And I'm like, you gotta go to class, man. And he goes, Mike, stop. What are you? And it's so funny because the minute that bell rang, you have 5 minutes to get to class. And my class wasn't that far away. And I'm literally sprinting like everyone else. I was like, whoa, shit, gotta go. And he goes, Mike. And I'm like, what? He goes, are you happy? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And so I walked back to him, I go, what are you talking about? He goes, what's the rush? I go, Martin, we got to get to class. We're going to get a detention. He goes, so what? He goes, are you happy? I'm looking at him like, what? Are you nuts? Like, what are you, like, you're not making any sense. At this point in my life, I'd won a couple nationals in racing and, just state champion in boxing. And I was, on the wrestling team and football team and all that stuff. And he goes, oh, Mike, I get it. You win all the trophies. He goes, I get it. You've got lots of trophies. You got straight A's. And he goes, but are you happy? And I looked at him like, and I think I even said it. I go, what does that matter? And he looks at me. He's like, really? And I'm like, he goes, Mike, I don't care if you're going to be late for class. Are you happy? This was a kid that was in 10th grade. I think we're in 10th grade, 10th, maybe 11th. And I kind of looked at him like, and I just remember thinking like, dude, I'm achieving my goals. That's all that matters. And as I end up leaving, I got the class literally just like with 2 seconds to spare. It kind of stuck with, no, it didn't kind of, it stuck inside. Like it just stuck. I wouldn't say it ate me up, but man, it was just kind of digging at me for years. And so he ends up dying. Man, that's one hell of a story. I'll tell you that story about the numbers. I'm going to make a video for that. That really, because that had a huge impact on my spiritual life. Has to do with the number 44, and I'll explain it in another video. So So then, years later, my brother Charlie's like, Michael, you're happy. It was after my friend Marlon died, because he goes, Michael, you of all people know that you could die at any moment. He goes, are you happy? Are you living your life? Are you enjoying it? That is so goddamn important. I cannot tell you how important it is. And all these people saying this to me had a huge impact on my life. And it really, it guided me back to on track to, well, what are you going to do with your life? I was at a Tony Robbins seminar called Date with Destiny, because I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted. I went from this guy that knew exactly what he wanted. I want to be a state champion in this, state champion in this, national champion, racing champion, football champion. We wanted to win everything. And after my friend Marlon died, I was completely lost. I was just like, fuck, all these people died, then they die, and I was like, didn't know what to do with my life. And people were like, whoa, what happened to Mike? He was this on track dude. He knew exactly what he wanted and had goals, and I was like, I don't know what I want. I was lost. So to wrap this up, I was at Tony Robbins' seminar, and one of the things you do is you elicit your values and what's important to you, what's meaningful, like what is your purpose? It's called Date with Destiny. What is my purpose? Why am I here? And it was, the phrase that we came up with, the purpose of my life is to motivate myself and others to believe, dream, and be alive with passion, power, and excitement. So I'd been learning all this NLP and hypnosis. I was studying psychology in college, and I suddenly started gathering all these tools, these really advanced, powerful, effective tools to help people to heal incidences that happened in their childhood. Matt just had one, and Matt has had a just dramatic shift in his emotional life that is now allowing him to go on with his professional life a lot better and just living life. So I've got all these tools to help people. I've got this motivation. I've got this emotional, watching all those friends of mine die. And you know what it is? It was watching all the people around them, the pain and suffering, and then my pain and suffering. And there's just so many things I could add to this, but it's like, it's really important to live your life. I'm going to say this. I'm just going to end it with this, because I'm trying to find a real good way to say it, but I'm just going to say it. It is uber super important for you to find a way, to find healing methods to overcome your fears, to overcome your anxiety, or at least to deal with it effectively, and then go live your life. But here's the thing, don't wait to be healed. That's what a lot of people think. Wait till I'm going to be finished healing, and then I'm going to go live. No, live now. Okay, you might have to deal with some issues first, but get on that train and start to live, because I'm going to tell you something right freaking now. You don't know when your time is. You have no clue. It could be tomorrow. It could be today. It could be a month from now. In the meantime, get out there and start laughing. Learn how to be happy. Learn how to do something with your life that you absolutely love to do. You might have a part-time or full-time job that, that's not your passion, but you might have a hobby. You might have a relationship. You might have something that really gets you going in life. There's going to be a series of those things if you chase after what you desire in life. That's what I'm talking about. Follow your joy, follow your passion. It literally means this. If right now in this moment you're really craving ice cream, go get the ice cream. If you suddenly stumble upon a hobby, like I got into fish tanks for a long time, and I was like, all of a sudden 3 years later, I'm like, whoa, what the hell am I doing here? Like I didn't even like fish tanks before. I got so into it. That's what I'm talking about. My business, I can't stop doing it. I couldn't stop doing it if I wanted to. I can't. Even if I have to go work a part-time job or go do something else, this is what I love doing, and I'm really damn good at what I do because I love to do it. That's why I put so much heart and soul, time and energy and effort into learning how to do this, to get good at this. Because it's like the most important thing in the world to me is living life. So if you come to me, you're coming to me because you want to make change, you want to get over your fears, you want to make a difference in your own life, and then go out there and live. I'm going to say something about Kobe. Something about Kobe's death I think is going to affect a lot of people. I think it's because he was such a sweet man, has such a good heart. I can't explain why it's even affected me, but I think, people just post on social media. I think Kobe Bryant, touched a lot of people. I think that.